For this tutorial, you are going to want 100% cotton. I'm going to be using this color for the fringe, and then I'm going to be using this color here for the body. You can use one color or two. You're also going to need a 4.25 millimeter hook, a 9 by 7 inch zipper canvas bag, and a hot glue gun with glue sticks. To begin, you are going to chain 66 or in multiples of 22 until it's the circumference of the bag. Once you have your 66 chains, you need to wrap it around the top of your bag and make sure that you have to stretch it a little bit because you want it to be tight. Then, being careful to not twist your chain, you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. I am going through the back loop here, but it's not really necessary. Just make sure you're going through the same spot all the way around. Now you're going to chain one and single crochet in the same stitch that you joined in and in every stitch around. It's very important that at the end of this round you have 66 single crochet. So do check how many stitches you have. You're just going to repeat this process all the way around, placing one single in every stitch around, and I'll meet you at the end. Here I am at the end. I'm going to slip stitch in the first single crochet to join. For round 2, we are going to chain one and we're going to make a single crochet in that same stitch that we joined in. Now you're going to chain 5 and we're going to skip 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and make a single crochet in the next stitch. There should be 4 singles under that chain loop. Now we're going to chain 9. You're going to count up your chain until you get to the 6th stitch, and you're going to make a slip stitch in that 6th stitch. I am going in the back hump here, but it's not like super important which one you go in. Just be consistent. This is going to create a small loop that we're going to work into later. Now we're going to chain 3, and you're going to skip 5 stitches below and make a single crochet in the next stitch. So when you're looking at your stitch pattern here, this is going to be what we repeat all the way around these 2 groups. So we're going to chain 5 and skip 4 stitches below, single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 9, and we're going to slip stitch into the 6th chain from your hook to create a little ring that we're going to work into later. Now we're going to chain 3 and skip 5 stitches below. You're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So like I said, you're just going to repeat these 2 groups all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. So I'm in the last group. We should be chaining 9. Slip stitch into the 6th chain from your hook. Chain 3, skip 5 stitches below, and slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round to join. So this is what it should look like. This is where we're ending here in that very first single crochet. For round 3, we're going to slip stitch into the chain space. Now we're going to chain 1 and work inside this chain 5 space. You're going to make 2 single crochet in that chain space. Now we're going to chain 1, skip that chain 3 right there, and we're going to work into that chain 6 loop that I mentioned in the last round. We're going to make 4 double crochet, followed by a chain 3 and 4 more double crochet, all in that chain 6 space. It's going to be a tight fit. This is what it should look like. Now we're going to chain 1 and skip the next chain 3 to work into the chain 5 space here. So we're skipping this and we're going into the next chain 5 space. We're going to make 2 single crochet. And now we're just going to repeat this. We're going to chain 1, skip the chain 3 to work into that small chain 6 loop. You're going to make 4 doubles followed by a chain 3 and 4 more doubles in that little tiny loop. So that's 4 doubles followed by a chain 3 and 4 more doubles, all in that same little loop. And then you're going to chain 1, skip that chain 3, and make 2 singles in that chain 5 space. You should see the pattern that's forming here. So you've got the 2 singles, a chain 1, the 4 doubles, the chain 3, the 4 doubles, then the chain 1, and you start over. So you repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you there. So here I am at the end. I have my last double crochet, chain 3, double crochet grouping. I've chained 1. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet to join. For round 4, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to skip the very first stitch and we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. This is going to count as a decrease. Now we're going to chain 1, double crochet in the next 4 doubles. That brings us to our chain 3 space. So we're going to make 2 doubles, a chain 3, and 2 more doubles in that chain 3 space. So that's 2 doubles, followed by a chain 3, and 2 more doubles in that same chain 3 space. And now we're going to double crochet in the next 4 doubles. And that's what it should look like. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet 2 together. We're going to decrease over these 2 singles below. So insert your hook and pull up a loop. Insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, and just draw through all 3 loops. Chain 1. We're going to repeat the process. Double crochet in the next 4 doubles. Then you're going to increase in that chain 3 space, so that's 2 doubles, followed by a chain 3, and 2 more doubles, all in that same chain 3 space. Then we're going to double crochet in the next 4 doubles. Chain 1 and single crochet 2 together. You should see the pattern that's formed here. You're going to chain 1, and then you're just going to repeat. So you have 4 doubles, followed by 2 doubles, a chain 3, 2 doubles in that chain space, 4 more doubles, a chain, and then single crochet 2 together. So you're just going to repeat that all the way around. So here I'm at the end of my last chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first single to join. Now for round 5, we're going to slip stitch across until we reach our first double crochet. So that should just be 2 slip stitches over, because we want to start this next round in the first double crochet there. So now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet in the first 6 doubles. When you get to the chain space, you're going to make 2 singles, followed by a chain 3, and 2 more singles all in the same chain space. That's our increase. Then you're going to single crochet in the next 6 doubles. Then you're just going to skip that single crochet and go right to the next group of doubles. You're going to single crochet up the next 6 doubles. And then you're going to increase in the chain space, which is 2 singles, followed by a chain 3, and 2 more singles in that same chain space. And then you're just going to single crochet down the next 6 doubles. You should see the pattern forming here. You're just going to repeat this all the way around. Basically, you're just making singles all the way up each peak, then you're increasing in the chain space and single crocheting down the peak. And then you're skipping over this single crochet below. So just repeat this process all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Here I am at the end. I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet of the round. And now we're going to cut our yarn and weave in our tails. And I want you to try it onto your bag and make sure it's very, very snug. You should have 3 points on each side. And now we're going to use a different color. You don't have to, but I like to. You're going to join in either corner, and you're going to chain 3. Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. And this is our foundation chain, so it might be a little difficult. Then you're going to chain 3 and repeat this process. Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. chain 3, slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. This is going to create a nice little border around the top to give it a little more interest. And it's also going to hide the zipper later. So you're just going to repeat this process all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. You're going to cut your yarn and weave in your tails. And then go ahead and plug in your hot glue gun before moving on. Now we're going to make our fringe. You can use a piece of cardboard that's between 4 and 5 inches wide. I'm going to wrap the cardboard 168 times. Once you do that, you're going to cut the bottoms to create even fringe. And then you're going to go ahead and add your piece to your bag. Make sure it's lined up real good. And then we're going to lightly hot glue this down. So you're not going to be gluing the detailed part. You're not going to be gluing that white area. You're going to be gluing the first round of the body, which happens to be brown for me. As you can see, I'm not using very much glue because you don't want it to peek through the front. And I am letting the cream part stick over the top to hide the zipper. Now I'm going to add the fringe. You're going to grab 2 strands of fringe at a time. And then we're going to attach it first to the chain 3 at the point. This is the lark's knot here. And then you're going to count 6 stitches or 6 singles up from that point, and you're going to add fringe in that 6th stitch. You're going to repeat that to the other side, going up the other side. So count up 6 stitches and then add fringe there as well. Now you're just going to fill in the fringe in the stitches between. So here's what it should look like. And you're just going to repeat this process to every point around the bag. So I'm putting it in the chain 3 space first, counting up 6 stitches and adding it there on each side. And then of course, filling the fringe in the stitches in between. So you're just going to repeat this process, and I will meet you when we're done. So here's what it should look like. Now I hot glue each point down. I stretch it a little bit at the top so the top detail shows a little bit better. And then I hot glue just the points down so they don't get all tangled up. If the fringe is flopping around a lot, it's bound to get tangled up and trashy looking. So I highly recommend that you glue the points down so that the fringe isn't quite so mobile. It'll help your piece have a better look over time. And of course, I'm going to cut the fringe at the bottom. Now you could leave it long and kind of cut it according to the angle there, but I just cut it straight across. It's really up to you, whatever you want to do. But I do recommend cutting it because it looks a bit sloppy if you don't. And I'm just going to repeat this process to both sides. And now I want to add a wristless strap for functionality. My customers really like this bag as a wristlet. It would also be a cute clutch, honestly, and I've made it into a crossbody bag before as well. But I've already made this wristlet strap in another video, so I'm going to link it in the description box below so that you can go and watch it when you're ready. But once you do that, You are done. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.